Alright, so this week's parasha, we're approaching a double Torah portion, Acharei Mot Kedoshim. Acharei Mot is a parasha that is read on Yom Kippur, both in Shachrit and in Mincha. And it has halachot of arayot, of all the illicit relations that a Jewish person should be aware of, and certainly also other individuals of the world should be aware of, not cohabiting with certain other relationships that are forbidden, like sisters and other people, married individuals that a person should not have personal relationships with. And then it has many more halachot, and then it goes into Parashat Kedoshim, which also has a lot of halachot. And predominantly, the way to view, says Rav Baruch Rosenblum, the way to look at these two parashiot is that Acharei Mot is Ben Adam Lamakom, and Kedoshim is Ben Adam Lechavor, meaning they both may have also mitzvot that are also between us and Hashem, between Hashem and us in both parashiot, but predominantly what can kind of color these parashiot is Acharei Mot Kedoshim is the mitzvot that has a lot to do with other people, and Kedoshim is the heart, the individual, the person, how they align themselves personally to sanctify their inner essence of their inner being. And in Kedoshim, it says, Kedoshim tiyu ki kadosh ani Hashem Elokechem. Hashem is asking us not to only be nice people, if we're already nice people. He's not only asking us to be social individuals. He's not only asking us to be people of the world, which is great. And that's a given. That's a basic, primer, no problem, foundation. But now, more than that, is Kedoshim to you, to be Kadosh, to be holy. There's one thing that HaKadosh Baruch Hu asks us to do, to be holy. And that is the unique, symbolic essence of Am Yisrael. That everything about what we're doing is so that we can become holy. And what does becoming holy mean? Becoming holy means becoming elevated and separated through our thoughts, actions, and words. And therefore, Shabbat Kodesh. What is Shabbat? Shabbat Kodesh. Why is it Kodesh? It's holy. What do you mean that it's holy? That Hashem separated it from all the other days of the week. The Malachim are holy. The angelic forces that we say, they're holy, and they say holy to Hashem. Kadosh, Kadosh, Hashem, Hashem is holy. They're holy, they say Hashem is holy. They're higher. They're elevated. They're separated. And therefore, when we take the most physical, simple, mundane act, as shopping, or painting your house, or getting anything done, or driving to work, it can be done simply, but it can also be imbued with holiness, saying, I'm doing this for the purpose so that I could be healthy, so that I could have parnasah, so that I could feel nice, so that what? I could be holy for Hashem, I could serve Hashem, I could elevate myself to Hashem. And the Ben Ish Chai says, to the degree that when a person gets a haircut, what do you think? You're just sitting down and getting a haircut. It's simple. He says, 1 second, you could think of so many mitzvot. First of all, when you sit down, if you can get a haircut from Wednesday onwards in the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, maybe that's a better idea than Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Why? Because from Wednesday, it could already be considered that you're getting ready for Shabbat. So when you sit down to get a haircut, it's like, Lichvot Shabbat Kodesh. Hey, you didn't have to do anything more, right? Just say just think of it. Or just say it now for the rest of your life. Every time I get a haircut, it's for Shabbat Kodesh. Secondly, tell the barber, hey, please be careful, over here, if you go higher than the bone, it's an halachic sensitivity. I don't want you to shave, please don't cut me like that higher than the bone, because we have a bone over here that's considered part of the holiness of the face, and we have one here, we have one here, we have here, we have here, and we have here, that we're not supposed to shave it with a razor, of course the whole face, but not with a razor, with a knife, only with a shaving machine. But even with a shaving machine, we shouldn't go in this bone less than the number 1, because then it's considered almost like you're shaving it. So please do me a favor, don't go above this. And sometimes they come naturally because it looks nice. Like, what's that? Or even before you sit down, just don't do this. And even over here, this is also part of the bone. So sometimes the barber comes with the number 0, with those little sharp ones. He's like, and I can only imagine what a barber feels like, how they really want to get that nice little piece looking nice, right? And it's almost like this OCD area for them. So they want to get this. So they'll come in right over here behind your ear and tell them, do me a favor. When you get here, do it with scissors, please. Or if it's a barber that works in a Jewish community and everybody comes there, they've been told this 38 times. So you just sit down and tell them, I'm one of the guys that, please. But if not, you tell them, do me a favor over here, you see this? Because this is the bone, and this is the whole area of the bone, and it goes until here. So don't do the number 0 over there. And by the way, why do you think if you go and you look at pictures of Yemenite Jews or Hasidic Jews back in the day, they have these big peot going down, right? Why? Even other Sfaradim, they had, maybe not in the front, they had in the back, or they left something a little bit larger here, predominantly because of that halakha, and then it developed into something else, and for Yemenites it's called simonim. Simonim, it's a simon that the person is Jewish. You can tell them in the shuk, you see, oh, that guy's Jewish. Because, we dress pretty much the same as everybody else. So you have those simonim, they're Jewish at the den. So anyways, the Benchlouch says, you sit down at a barber, Wednesday and onwards, Lichot Shabbat. Over here, when you get a haircut, and you make sure that you don't cut higher than this bone, and over here also, you do it very sensitive, not with a razor to cut the bone, to cut the hair more than in that area of the bone, that's also preventing yourself from lo ta'aviru tar, not to have tar, not to shave it in such a way in that area. Another halakha, he says, that if you pay the barber on the same day that you got a haircut, now normally everybody does that, right? But, I don't know, maybe you have a friend, he's like, I'll come tomorrow, I'll pay you tomorrow. I'll get you next time. Then, when you pay on the day, you have 24 hours basically to pay it, right? Depending when you get the haircut, that the whole night shouldn't pass. That's really the idea. And that's also another mitzvah, paying them on the day, right? And then if you're about to go maybe pray later on, after you get a haircut, you can also have a kavanah of Hikon Likrat Elohecha Yisrael. I'm getting ready for Hashem. I'm getting ready for synagogue. I'm getting ready for something else. And by the way, it doesn't only have to happen when you get a haircut. When you get up in the morning and you go to synagogue, you're going to synagogue, right? Or you're putting on your shoes, you're putting on, I'm getting ready for Hashem. Hikon litkonen. I'm getting ready. Likrat Elohecha Hashem. So that's Parashat Kedushim, how we bring holiness into everything that we do. And it's such a deep level of meaning in life. It's a very deep level of meaning and purpose. Is because anyways, Baruch Hashem, we're living our life, but then you could take that and elevate all of that. And that's why the Gemara says, we'll finish off with that. There's a Gemara in Masechet Makot, I believe, that says, if Hashem really loves you, why does He have to give you so many mitzvot? Let's make it, shave some off over here, over there. But it says, Ratzah HaKadosh Baruch Hu lezakot et Yisrael. Lefichach hirba lahem Torah mitzvot. Hashem loves you, that's why He gave you more mitzvot. Why give you more mitzvot? So He says, anyways, the mitzvot that we do, most of them you're going to do anyways. The Ma'am Lois also says this. You're going to honor your parents. It's a given. It's a given that you're going to honor your parents. They brought you to this world. They did this, they did that. They saved you, they educated you. You're going to honor them anyways. Hashem tells you, there's a mitzvah to honor your parents. Why? You're going to do it anyways. But I'll throw it in for you as a mitzvah. You're going to eat cockroaches? I don't know, maybe some people get a kick out of it or a crunch out of it. You're going to eat cockroaches? You're going to eat worms, slimy worms? Suck on a worm and let it go. You're not going to do that anyways. Who wants to eat a worm? Because Baruch Hu says, don't eat worms. You're going to slaughter an animal and then take milk from its mother and make schnitzel with it? You're never going to do that anyways. So He said, don't eat milk and meat together. You're going to eat a live animal? Like, just because you're on a lunch break and you don't have time to go and then you find a little rabbit, you grab it and you're going to eat it? Who does these things? Mitzvah. You're going to drink a cup of blood? No, mitzvah. All these things that make sense anyways, Hashem gives you more, but what does that really mean? That anyways you're living your life, so put in your consciousness that I'm going to live it with Kedusha, I'm going to live it for something higher and greater. And at the end of it all, you have many people running a track, and then some of them have so much more power inside their heart, because every day of their life, or every now and again, they remember that they're doing it for a higher reason. And then they're elevating not themselves, the whole world, Kedushim to you. And that's what we're getting into. Amen.